We're back on the Morning Brew with our friends Justin Schreier and Olivier Rix. It's good to see you guys. And you were on the show about a year ago talking about some pretty interesting clinical trial stuff. But now it seems like the Cancer Center is really growing. The Comprehensive Cancer Center, as I'm reminded. Because that's actually a very specific thing when we say Comprehensive Cancer Center, right?
Yes.
It's a very specific federal or state designation you guys have, right?
We are one of the top 40 cancer centers in the U.S.
That's
now.
amazing.
And this is based on what we call the National Cancer Institute site visit. Mm-hmm. They came and they did an evaluation on our research, care, science, and they were quite pleased with what we have, and we got this major label, Comprehensive Cancer Center.
And it's a big deal, especially in the medical world and for anybody that has cancer, that makes you guys one of the magnets for patients, right?
Yeah, and again, it's about the depth of the program, of the science and the care, and what we can offer to our population, to the state of New Mexico. So that's what was a big deal. And again, to play with Duke, with UCLA, with Harvard is quite interesting.
I love that. I love it when New Mexico can do things on this grand scale. And Justin, big props, because you turned $750,000 into $1.5 million.
Yes, absolutely.
Kind of magically, right?
Yeah, kind of magically. But
you're the director of development for the Comprehensive Cancer Center. So that means you're the guy raising the money?
So I'm helping, raise the money, lead the fundraising efforts for the UNM Comprehensive Cancer Center.
Right.
So we had a very generous gentleman give a gift out of his estate of $750,000.
It's amazing.
It was very amazing, and we were fortunate enough to be able to take that money and apply for a grant that the state of New Mexico was offering at that particular time that was specifically for research and scientific endowed chairs. So we were able to match that at $1.5 million.
That's huge, and that money went directly to Olivier's research.
Exactly.
And you're doing some very cool stuff. You're doing, tell me, it's first in human work. Like this is stuff I hear about all these things when they have rats and mice and pigs, and they're doing all this amazing stuff. And I think, well, someday that will reach the human level, and you're the guy that's actually making that happen.
Yes, we have to move forward. We can't stay where we stand now with our treatments. We do quite well, but we have to do much, much, much better. So at one point, we have to move from bench to bedside and say, okay, this treatment seems very promising. It's time to go to patients. And that's where what we call the phase 1 program is testing those new therapies, and that's why the state and the Dana Wood family wants me to expand this program in New Mexico. So we are very few in the U.S. to do that, but it's an amazing time in the development of a new treatment for cancer.
Are these genetic treatments, or these DNA treatments, or these customized medicine? I mean, there's a lot of new frontiers you guys are working on right now.
So there are targeted therapies. So we hit a protein, a gene in the cancer cell, which is a specific pathways, which should be very, 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 as I said, targeted to the cancer cell and having very limited toxicity on the normal tissue in the body. But now most of our treatments, new therapies we test are immune therapies. So immunotherapy is an expanded field, and what we just do, it's very complicated. It's to stimulate the immune system of the patient, and their own lymphocyte or leukocyte, white blood cells, are then able to recognize the tumor, infiltrate the tumor, and kill the tumor. And we start seeing some amazing results now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So how long, you're just in phase 1. There's still another, 12 years, 15 years, 20 years? I mean, when are we looking at these things becoming assuming they work well? When are we looking at?
Some of those immunotherapies are now FDA approved in melanoma, in lung cancer, but we need to go much, much, much further and test new pathways, new drugs, new treatments, new combinations to make it better and better over time. So it's a dynamic process. But again, some immunotherapies are now FDA approved and are available everywhere in the US. But our unit provides those new therapies before any FDA approval and are being, again, available for our patients to be first exposed to those therapies.
Would you have been able to do this without the $1.5 million, without the grant that Justin got?
No. No, it's a very important step in the phase 1 program at UNM Cancer Center. Thanks to the states, thanks to the Dana Wood family, it's a great honor, and our mission will probably go much faster with such commitment from those parties. Really, it's amazing. Yeah.
I love having you guys on from the Cancer Center because there's always like hope. You know, I'm always like knowing like all the coffee I'm drinking is probably doing something in me, and so I know that there's you guys out there who will save me in 20 years. But Justin, how much need is there is there for grant money and things like that at the Comprehensive Cancer Center?
There's always need. That we have so many physicians and researchers like Dr. Ricks who are doing amazing work, and it's only to help promote all this better health and better cancer research for all New Mexicans. There's always more that can be done, and we just appreciate everything that people are doing currently for us.
Right. There's all kinds of cool research going on. I love it.
Yeah,
love it.
and
So,
he's leading most of it.
I
so.
gotta ask though, we were backstage and we got our friends from Gruet in. Any worries about the champagne? Is the champagne? Can we dive in?
Champagne, I don't know, but red wine is very good for
Okay.
us. So
Well, they've got a
one
red
to two
champagne.
glasses per day
Okay.
is extremely good for
So
our
what
heart
about
and
4,
our...
5, 6, 7 glasses?
No. The studies are really 1 to 2 per day.
Okay.
No more, no less.
No more, no less.
Yeah, red wine.
Red wine.
Red wine.
I'm in. All right. We'll be back in a couple of minutes in the Morning Brew with Friends with Joe Marie.